That's something you just never really want to see. A full 780 belt of nuclear waste, pretty much. Oh boy. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where today we're going to be building our entire nuclear power plant. Because now that we've completed the mini beast, we have all the parts we need for nuclear fuel rods. So we'll build an awesome machine to make all of them, and then get tens of thousands of liters of water and feed that into our reactors so we can get our hundreds of thousands of megawatts of power. And if you're excited for that, remember to subscribe and leave a like. But now boy, we gotta get freaking busy, brother. And first we gotta unload all of our goodies over at the nuclear power plant. So we have our train stations down here and everything is being loaded in and should be ready to go. Just gotta quickly name our chew and then build our unloading bay at the fuel rod factory. And we should have plenty of room for that. So we have two train stations here, one for sulfur and another one that's bringing in mainly batteries. And then we have another back here, which is grabbing uranium from like the middle of the map. So the train station's right there. But we have all the room in front here to do whatever we want. So we can easily just throw in another train station like say, I don't know, here, and then the 3 unloading platforms. And that gives us all the parts we need to make all of our nuclear fuel rods. And you know what the best part of this episode is? Finally, I can actually talk about the numbers. So with all of the crystal oscillators and things we're making, we're gonna be able to make 22.5 nuclear fuel rods per minute, brother. Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane. And it's gonna take a lot of organization. So with the train set up, we need to kind of set up our factory. Over here, we have an emergency drop-off thing just to test out the blenders that we used earlier. But now we're gonna organize things properly. We're gonna have walls, we're gonna have floors, we're gonna have a proper place to work, brother. And of course, with the smart mod, we can do so pretty quickly. Wait, actually no, things are still gonna take quite a bit of time. We need to organize things very well. So number one, we have the train here, right? So all of these belts, all these things gotta go. We're gonna be having all of the nuclear fuel rod materials going that way, up, and then somewhere, I don't know. All of this stuff has to go, so goodbye batteries, goodbye to the power that you once contained. And along with all the switches, we gotta move them too. So we have a main system switch, a backup switch, da-da-da-da-da. All this stuff just gotta be moved. So I'll probably make this all on a second floor just above here. And then that leaves a little bit of a problem downstairs. So if we have most of our stuff upstairs, then a couple belts over this way, we have a bunch of space over here doing nothing. Except there's concrete. Wait, why don't we grab the concrete and build this inside? How many machines is this? It's like 3 machines. It's like 3 machines, but they're 3 very tall machines. I still really want to do that. Let's try it out. Oh, it is the perfect amount of space. It fills the area so well. Ah! And then we could put some bins right next to it. And if we get this operational pretty quick, we can have all the concrete, fill up a couple bins, and then we can work on the rest of the factory and not have to travel all the way back to our starter base in order to get more concrete. That'd be very nice. Then what about floor-wise? Oh no, I have the worst idea, but it's actually just the best. I really want to have the floor right here, just above the train station, just like so. And I'm fairly certain with the power of the smart mod, we can do a little bit of clipping. Aha! So it's weird, but it fulfills our objectives. We have all the space down here still. Those guys are there. Yeah, space over there, and this will be fine too. You know, ooh! Oh my gosh, I'm freaking having brain blasts here. We can have the second floor go out to the blenders, and then we can leave the blenders in the open air. So we can have a walkway going around the blender area, and then we can look at all the spin and stuff. But factory design wise, if we're leaving this in the open now, we definitely still want to cover up this train track. So we'll have a huge platform going this way, over to here, and over here is where we make all of the nuclear fuel rods. Okay. Yeah, that's a plan. That's a really good plan. All right, and this is looking really cool. It's not just a shoebox like almost every one of our other factories. It's a shoebox with style. Now we just have to quickly organize it. I'm not sure what to do with the floor. The main thing we need to do is bring in over all the items. So I got everything over to the wall here, and we need things to go to an emergency flush system, which will just be a couple awesome sinks we can turn on and off. And looking at things, we have a lot of space here, but I have the entrance for the second floor over this way. So if ever like an emergency happens, we'd stop here, got our concrete there, and we'd have a bin of like emergency supplies. But then to get upstairs, we'd go up this ladder, because we'd have to wear a hazmat suit, right? And we'd have like a power control station over this way, overlooking the drones, because they're cool. Behind us, I guess it would make sense to have a bunch of batteries there. Can we though build the batteries on top of these smokestacks? Haha, it's working as intended. But if we have our batteries over there, we need to still have our resource sinks for all the items. So we'll build them outside, I suppose? Sure. Yeah, and a quick recap on the kind of awesome sink dumping system. Pretty much, in the case of an emergency, we want to flush all of the nuclear material out of our factory here. And the easiest way to do that is to use the awesome sink to flush all of the material down the drain. And we'll accomplish that by having a smart splitter sit up in front, and then the belt will go this way. I'll organize things differently in a way later, and then connect it to there. So here's the deal though. We'll set up the smart splitter so the left output is the main output, any unidentified, and then the center output is overflow. So really, what all the items want to do is they want to go to this machine first. But if this machine has no power, everything will overflow this way. And then all we have to do to make this emergency system is add in a power switch, probably somewhere inside next to all of our controls. We'll call this the flush. Easy. And when we power it on, the awesome sink will turn on, all of the nuclear items will go into here and be gone. So we need an awesome sink for uranium, the encased uranium cells that are made in the blenders, and then we need one for the nuclear fuel rods, because we're gonna be making them over here, overflow this way. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Well, easy part first. Got all the overflow stuff set up and ready to go. And then back to the switches. I think we are on the right track. So now we have the main grid switch, we have a nuclear switch, and then a fuel rod production switch. So this is like all the power to everything. And then all the production is put on one lever as well. And then the emergency flush, I put over here in case of a meltdown. Now, of course, it makes more sense to have the switch downstairs, but psh, we have all the switches here. Whatever. Also, I was doing some design. We got some lights here, we got some windows. Glass foundations? Who's playing this game? Is it Kibitz? Maybe not, considering how messy this power grid is. It works though, it works. And it'll look great once we put a statue on top of that pillar there. Oh man. Oh, and the design of the factory. Oh my gosh. So I did a factory world tour the other day. I'll link it in the description. And I got really inspired by that to try and challenge myself a bit more with building. And brother, we're already getting to some pretty spicy stuff. Not just the uranium. But look at the build here. Yeah, it's kind of like a Mohawk design or something like that. And I'll probably do something similar when we get to the fuel rods, which is literally right now. So what are we doing? Well, we're gonna be building 15 manufacturers, all fully overclocked. So that'll make us our 22.5 uranium fuel units per minute. But more importantly, this is gonna be the most important area of our factory for aesthetic design. So we gotta make something looking really cool here. We gotta have the lights, the camera, and the action. So what we're gonna do is first up, we're gonna raise everything a little bit. Maybe have it in like a cubby. I did like a little cubby over that way. I liked how that looks, so we're gonna do that again. If the manufacturer is built like that, then we could have these come down. And it kind of looks like an engine grill. A little bit. You kind of picking up what I'm putting down? A little bit. Now, how do we repeat this pattern? Or do we repeat this pattern? You know what? Maybe we don't. Maybe we do something radical. Oh, we have this little itty bitty tiny bit of space right here. And I bet we could bring belts up through it. This is this is a really bad idea, but I really want to bring the belts up through here. It will busy up the space too from like a distance. Oh, it looks so good. We're gonna try. We're gonna make ourselves some problems. So that would go then like this. This would go a little bit further down, like so. Kind of blocks off the bottom machine, but you know what? We're going for this. We'd have to have like a wall back there. How in the world would I ever connect this? Well, that one's easy, but that one's not even easy. That's gonna take a lot of time. It can be done though. This should look pretty cool. What if we do the other side the same way? Oh yeah, bud. We got a different aesthetic going on. We'll be able to see all the movement. And if I leave enough space in the back, we should be able to include a couple lights. And the lights would shine on through, and dude, this would look amazing. Oh yeah, brother, I did it. What an absolute disaster, but it's put together and I love it. I absolutely love it. Once we get the lights in, dude, that's gonna be perfect, but just the belt design right now is amazing. Oh, sometimes you just gotta challenge yourself a little bit. Don't give yourself all the answers and we'll see what happens. I was on the right track though. Just had to be very finicky with everything. And also, the hover pack helped a ton. But yep, all the belting works here now. Everything should be able to be loaded in, and we're very happy campers. Then for the other 12 manufacturers, again, just threw them back here and kind of just made a shoebox, honestly. We'll use the overflow method and have half of the items coming through this way, half the items coming through the other way. And I am hoping that we can make this work. Probably, maybe. This is pretty close. Doesn't get much closer than that. Does this look better if we go up? Oh, it's still a little clippy, little rascally, but it works. Dude, this is like literally down to the pixel. I cannot believe this. What am I saying? Of course I can believe it. I designed it. I designed everything perfectly. It's the best. And then this little area now has some belts going through for all the items going to the other side, and the nuclear fuel rods going over this way into the spaghetti. Because although everything looks cool, everything ended up in quite the spaghetti mess. Trying to distribute items through all of this and up these walls is like, bruh. Look in here, come with me, come with me. Look at this, look at this. It's ridiculous. It works though, and it looks cool. So you know what, criteria fulfilled. And just when you thought it couldn't look any better, that crazy Kibitz adds in lights. What a perfect little centerpiece. And the rest of the shoebox isn't looking half bad either. Check it out. We got all those belts fitting and everything works perfectly. Got a glass floor in the middle so we can organize and look at things clearly. Very nice, very nice. And this is done, we're ready. Everything is ready. We can do this. We can do a test run of the entire system. It's time to do the spooky stuff. The spookiest thing is getting the nuclear chew in here. The nuclear chew is this. This guy way out here is full. 3 freight cars full of uranium. It's gonna be brought here and absolutely ruin this place. It needs to be done. It must be done. All right, go. That thing's moving, that thing's grooving. We actually have a suit on us. We do not. Stop this from moving, stop this from grooving. And let's try that again, except now with safety precautions being observed. There you go. And then the drones. You've been hovering patiently, my friends, but now it is finally go time, brother. All we gotta do, turn on the ports. We are happy, happy campers, right? Wait. Imagine for a second with me, turning on the power switch. What a phenomenal, crazy idea. So that's good. The nuclear, we don't have that actually built yet, but the fuel rod production. Yes, we should turn that on. Give me the spice. Give me the spice. Alrighty though, spice acquired. It's go time, brother. That means we should see some blenders moving, some blenders grooving. Yeah, things are starting up. Right, and as you saw over there, the emergency system worked. The thing overflowed there, and the rest is overflowing over this way and going over into the shoebox and our manufacturers here. Right? Wrong. I forgot. The last little bit of spaghetti. I have to connect these up. There. It's a little messy, even I have to admit, but needs to be done. For now though, that's how it be. Clean that up later. And soon that'll get our manufacturers running. Is the train back yet? Should be at this point. Yes? Yep, right there. Yep, I can hear it. I'm loading. Doom! And the spice supply explodes. Now we're cooking with gas. And any moment now, we should be getting our first nuclear fuel rods. Oh, and actually, as I'm standing here, I wonder what we're gonna do with our nuclear waste. Huh, we'll figure that out later. Cause here come the nuclear fuel rods, brother. So this whole belt will back up, and then we'll do the same thing with the overflowing smart splitters to send the other nuclear fuel rods over to our nuclear power plants. Ah, so nice to see. I've missed you, friends. I've missed you so much. But sadly already, I have to say goodbye, because the whole point of this test is to test out and see what happens when we activate the flush system. And if everything isn't fine, I've made a new hypertube cannon to yeet us out into space. Then we never worry about this again. Anyway though, number 1, fuel rod production. Shut her down, brother. Shut her down. Next, we need to activate the meltdown procedure. Flip the lever, Kronk. And that'll activate all of these machines over here. Fantastic. Billion, quadrillion points per minute. And we'll drain out all of the stuff from down there. We have a bit of a problem actually now that I think about it though. And that is, what about all of the nuclear material stuck over in here? Pretty much what's happening is all of it is entering all the machines, and say there's like 50 encased uranium cells left in a machine. That's still quite a bit. Like exactly right here, 46 out of 100. We want the rest of that stuff to process, right? So although this sounds a little crazy, maybe we leave the factory running and the dumping thing running at the same time. So we reactivate this while we have the meltdown thing going, and that should process whatever remains in the manufacturers over in the other area. Well, not exactly, but it solves another problem. We had all of the nuclear material still on these belts, and now all of that stuff has entered into the machines here, and now it's being fully processed. So there will still be like the 46 encased uranium cells in some of these guys, but for the most part, we've cleared this out as much as we can. And you know what? I dare to say that this test was a success. I think we did really well here. The only other thing we'd have to do is manually turn off that other train that has all the nuclear material, but we can just do that from over here, and everything will shut down. Nuclear Chew, thank you for your service, goodbye. And I think it's safe to shut down the rest of the factory at this point. Amazing. The rest of that will drain out, and now we can actually begin on the reactors, brother. And considering how many nuclear fuel rods we're making, we can make 142.5 nuclear power plants, i.e. nuclear reactors. So we are going to be filling up this entire area, just beside here, with 1 billion reactors. But of course, before we can get to the reactors, they need their drink, their sip-it drink. And if we can build 142.5 reactors and each of them needs 300 water, we need a lot to drink. Okay, 42,750, rough number. What is that number divided by 600? Because that's how many pipes we'll need. About 72. Neat. Luckily, 24 times 3 equals 72, so we just need 3 sets of 24 600 pipes. Okay. So if we go and try and build that, that'll look something like this. 3 times. And this is the best part about nuclear, brother. Good news though, very good news. I've learned a lot since our last massive nuclear project. Number 1, we're right on the ocean. Nice sea breeze, a lot of sip and drink to scoop. Number 2, and probably the best thing here, is we're not doing a straight up wall of pipes. Instead, we have a little ramp here, and I've measured it out pretty much perfectly, so we can just do that to there, and off we go. Only little problem is that although we're on the ocean, half the water is fake. This is the edge of reality. This isn't real water. That is the map border. Everything beyond, fake, lies, deception. And we need so many water extractors. Oh my gosh. Actually, wait, how many water extractors? 72 times 2. 144 water extractors pretty much. And then we're gonna have to build a angled platform, just kind of following the world's border there. And you know what? This will probably only take a boop, right? Wrong. Even for me, this is too much to boop. Oh my freaking gosh, there's pipes everywhere. It's Pipe-mageddon 2.0. It's just like the first nuclear setup. Oh my God. Oh man, it's not just like the first nuclear setup. I'm lying. It's actually going much, much better. I quickly wanted to show you guys a few of like the things that I'm doing to make setting up like this much water actually relatively manageable. So number 1, I have this perfect little angle going this way with the platforms, and brother, it's using the area actions mod. This guy. So it was updated for update 4. I'm not using it very much at all. Specifically, I downloaded it just for this one specific thing. So what you can do with it is you can select like an object, right? And when you have the object selected, you can move it a little bit. And this is what I was doing. So I wanted to go and copy and paste this. I wanted to hide this and move it forward a little bit. So let's just say like 8 meters. There we go. So that's like right in front. And then we can specifically angle things perfectly. So there we go, like 45-degree angles, and then we could go to like 51.5, whatever you wanted to do. So yeah, I wanted to use this tool so we can get the perfect angle right down the map here and have everything flush and the exact same height over here as well. So that's what we got the area actions mod for. So clear that, delete that. Next order of business is the center here is a little weird. A little weird, brother. We have all the pipes coming up here, right? And we have all the pumps down here. So one by one, once I get all this done, I bring over a pipe, connect it up, and do like a row of 3, and then I connect up a row of 3 pumps. And then I just keep spamming more Mark III power poles down this way, and eventually we'll have the 72 pumps ready to go. Everything will go up that way, GG, easy, done. And the big thing here is since we're dealing with such a massive stack of pipes, I've organized things in a pretty particular way. We're going to have the majority of the water extractors. No, my power. Oh gosh. The majority of the water extractors here and down this way. Probably about 80 of them will be built in both of these directions. And then we'll have another section of water extractors just on this side of the platform, this way and that way. End of the day, we'll have our 144. Since we know we're gonna have the water extractors in the front here, in the back, we're trying to have the water extractors push the water a little bit higher up. So these water pipes will go over this way, on top of these water pipes that are coming in this way, and we won't get in the way of ourselves here. And then, yep, same kind of logic applied over here. We had to go up higher because that took a lower route, that's taking a lower route. Both of these are gonna be up high, and I'll go that way. As for actually building out the water extractors and piping things in a convenient way, what I do is I just bring out the pipes to the max distance possible. So that would be like over here. Just put one of these bad boys down, and that will connect up perfectly to there. So I'll do that all the way down, and we wanna start by loading up the top pipes first, just so it kind of looks like it's a cascading effect. Like the pipes are all like this, and then the pipe stack gets smaller and smaller and smaller by the end of the row. We'll have a good aesthetic design. So we're gonna have all the pipes see max distance, and then every so often, whenever there's a group of 2 water extractors, fully overclocked, so we have 600 water here, there will be a junction cross, and we'll hook things into the main bus. So from here, or from here really, bring that down. I can reorganize that so it's a bit better. And then that goes into the first little entrance. These 2 pipes come this way, because we know that they're gonna be getting the next 2 systems. And then we go into here, and off into that way as well. Since we know this pipe is already gone, we can delete that, and due to our order of operations here, we're not getting in our way. We can also delete all of these pipe stacks because they don't look good. And also it's less objects for us to deal with in our game, so that's nice. And then this one comes over this way, and the same deal pretty much, except this time I built this in the wrong space. That goes up, this goes bye-bye. And this will go from A to B. There we go, that's how I want things to be. Awesome. Let me get rid of all the extra stuff, get rid of this whole top layer now, and everything connects up to where it needs to go. And we kind of just repeat the same idea going all the way down this entire system, do the same exact thing over on this side too, and just again and again and again and yeah, a million times. And man, I've been at this for a little bit now, and dude, we are flying through this project. And yeah, after the first system was completed, the next one was even easier, everything in the middle was set up, and then the other side's done. Meaning we are done with our nuclear water setup. And it was fast, simple, looks fantastic, brother. Oh, and even the pipe cascade worked out, so it's like a nice slope to the end. And I've aligned up all the pipes and the pumps, so it looks even better. Oh, what a project. And the hover pack, the Mark II pipes, and overclocking. Let us get through this project in about 8 hours. Compared to the last time I was doing nuclear water stuff, dude, the last project took like 30. Oh, I'm so proud. So happy it's done. No more water. This is actually the one thing I was very afraid of in this whole playthrough, was setting up all of this water here. But it's complete. We're safe. We're free. We're free. For now. Because next up, we have to set up all of the nuclear reactors themselves, and then pipe all the water into them. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a time and a half. Main thing is, I don't want to build like a trillion billion. We're probably gonna be overclocking the reactors quite a bit. Not all of them, but quite a bit. We'll probably bring the water up over this way, and then I've had a design in mind for a long time here. I do not have the hover pack now, it's sad. But this area over here will be the main brunt of our reactors. So we'll maybe have like 100 going out that way, or 50 going this way, 50 going that way. And then the cool thing about the area is there's this hill and a cliff here as well. So we could have some of the pipes going up this way and some of the belts, and we could build another set of nuclear reactors up on the ledge here. And that way we have like a terraced design. It should be pretty straightforward too. The only thing we really have to concern ourselves with is making sure our platform goes over all of the hills and stuff in here. The trees, the trees, just the main terrain that we can't destroy. And it'll continue from this height onward, but double checking. There are a couple of hills in here, and what's that? What are you, filthy rock? What are you doing? But wait, is this? I think this is the perfect height, literally the perfect height for this, isn't it? Please. Foolish nature, you're no match for my luck. Wonderful, so we kind of got the height first try here. This will continue off that way. Goodbye, pure limestone node, whatever, no biggie. You're probably wondering though, what about all the trees? There's so many trees in the way. They're standing on top of all the platforms. What do we do? We're gonna blow them up, of course. We'll destroy them all. We'll build the platform, then we'll just kind of boop, 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 all the trees away and be happy, happy. And having the platforms all over top as well makes it so we kind of have this underground world. Specifically, an underground river, which is so nice and clean right now. Absolutely no pollutants or waste in it. We may change that in the near future. But of course, first, we must build our mighty nuclear power plants. And oh bud, we need a lot of them. A lot of them. Hundreds, in fact. And I got a really cool pattern for them. And looking at things from above, it's looking like this is kind of the rectangle of space we're gonna use up. Like from here down to here. And with this lower platform, we're gonna have 5 rows that are 8 long. And then on the right, we'll have 5 rows that are 6 long. And that'll be 30 nuclear reactors. So we got 70 there, which is great, but nowhere near enough what we need. So we're going to be power sharding all of the reactors on the left here, and then not power sharding the ones on the right. So these will take 600 water, these will take 300 water each. We'll work on the piping later. Then as for the section of reactors up this way, well, I got a little bit of a plan for them. For now though, Mr. Bean, I have some designs to show you. No? You wanna chill in the reactor? So be it, make my power, have fun. Design-wise, this time around, I've left plenty of room between all the reactors. We got freaking 5 tiles here to work with. And the reason is I want to keep things very flat. I want to have a walkway through the reactors. So if we build too high here, we're about at the height of this platform. Right? There's a little ladder up here, a little platform in front of the reactors. So that's pretty cool. And then if we have a platform in the middle at about this height, maybe like a glass one, that would go out. We'd have all the piping and belt work underneath it. And the best thing of all is we'd use our mods to do some spicy stuff. So we'd put down a walkway and we'd have that connect to the reactors themselves. So isn't that awesome? We can walk from the center platform right on up to the nuclear reactors. Just a very small tripping hazard, don't worry about that. Generally speaking, this is crazy. This is gonna look great. And imagine all the way down. You'd be running along, you're looking down, seeing like radioactive material all over the place. You could run over to reactors whenever you want. The views won't be obstructed. Yeah, because that's kind of like the worst thing I did with my other nuclear setups. I built these things too close together, like 3 tiles apart, I think is what I ended up with. As things get too busy, you have to have pipes that are higher up and that blocks a view, We have no walkway through the middle, we can't enjoy it. Yeah, no, we're doing things like this. Then all the pipes and probably the nuclear fuel rods would come down the center. And at the end of the line, I have a way for the pipes to go up. It's kind of a work in progress though, I might change that, who knows. Generally speaking though, that's kind of like the entire design. Everything else is relatively simple. Because building wise, we just go about it the exact same way we went about our water extractors, except opposite now. And then, I don't know, we'd have like 8 pipes going in this direction or something like that. So we'd build those up, we'd go from the top and build our way down. Of course, in vertical mode, so we don't block ourselves off. And then of course, we gotta get rid of the organics. And with nature once again defeated, the reactors take over. All your space belongs to Kibitz. So all they need now is a little sippy drink. Oh my god, I can't believe I've done this. So I'm streaming live Monday to Friday on Twitch, right? And every day I incrementally make a little bit more progress on this nuclear build. However, I made a mistake. Very big mistake. So earlier I mentioned that these are all gonna be overclocked, right? They're gonna need 600 water per minute when they're overclocked. And guess what I did? I split the water so each of them gets 300 water per minute. So I wasted 4 hours doing all this pipe work and it gotta be deleted. I was very upset. I'm gonna die. If I died there, I would have shut down my computer. Yeah. General idea is good, but all of this has to be deleted. Just go. I don't care. I've wasted enough time. Go. Be gone. Mistakes. I'm so mad. I am so mad. Oh my god. This is why, video games in the morning. Anyway, this is the general idea. So 4 hours later, I did it! Wow, the pipes are built now. This time properly. Okay, so like I was mentioning, these ones are overclocked. Still gotta put in the freaking power shards, as I should have done in the beginning. But now all the pipes are all gonna be good. So yeah, we have fewer going over to the right, a bunch going over to the left, but I've tried to even them out so we still kind of have that dissension in the middle. So slowly, as we go further and further in, there's less and less pipes until finally we get to the wall over there. So before I had that ramp, yeah, scrapped the ramp idea. It was not looking good, and we didn't really have many pipes left either. It's just a little connection from A to B, and it was really, really easy. But we're good, and now we're all done. All of the piping is complete. Managed to keep everything low, so now we can go and do a little decorating pass, adding in the glass and stuff. Oh, and actually dealing with the imports and outports of all the reactors too. Wow, everything worked out so well. Look at this, look at it. It's beautiful. Isn't it, Mr. Bean? He can't get enough of it. Yeah, we got the glass platform so we can see all of the belts. All the inputs and outputs are done. Everything fit. We got the little railings. It's so nice. It's so nice. Except for the thing it reminded me of. Not you, Mr. Bean. Stop trying to get so much attention. The thing it reminded me of is we got like 100+ reactors here. And each of which is making 10 to 20 nuclear waste per minute. That's a lot of nuclear waste. Let's see, 112.5 times the average of 10 per minute. Yep, that's over 1,000 nuclear waste per minute. 1,125 a minute. So we kinda got to figure that one out. But before we do, check this out. You know how I mentioned earlier, the little river down beneath? Check it out. It's gonna be a nuclear waste river. I have the belt just going down through it. It dips underwater a little bit down here. And it's like, yeah, it's gonna be so cool. Just waste flowing forever. Up over this way and off to what will be our nuclear waste storage. So this is where we're gonna store our nuclear waste for the time being. Trouble is though, if we're making over 1,000 nuclear waste per minute, and the nuclear waste stacks in stacks of 500, that means that these bins, the double bins, will last 24 minutes each before they are completely full. So nuclear waste, going to be a huge problem. The design of our nuclear waste storage though will not be, because since I was working on all the belts and stuff, I decided to turn on our factory over here, and I stored all the nuclear fuel rods in this cool little storage thing I made. So using the smart mod, we can clip these storage containers really close to the walkways. We can have this cool, like, kind of like a septic plant kind of look. Like we walk on the balconies and we can kind of like look down every so often. So we'll probably end up doing something pretty much just like this for our nuclear waste in the other area. And also that'll probably be a temporary solution and we'll have to figure out a permanent one later on. But I just want to build it so we can test the power plant today. But nuclear waste storage here, we're just gonna make a pretty simple, probably 9 by 10 box. Then all the bins will kind of go like this, to about there. I'm gonna leave a nice little space here as well, just for moving and grooving. But even with the simple design, just adding in a couple lights makes everything look much more spicy. And now we have our green radioactive death pit, just behind our factory here. Problem is, we don't have a lot of storage in here. That's the problem. It looks like a lot of bins, but remember, each one lasts about 24 minutes. So kind of a race against the clock to build more storage. But we'll do that later, because right now it's time to turn this whole thing on. So the fuel rod production is running still, main grid still attached, nuclear power ready to go, and our safety switch is still off. So all that is left to do is to connect this belt right to here, and we rock and roll. Super quick though. Remember to leave a like. Right, Mr. Bean? Right, very exciting. And also, get out of my way. Where is our power at right now? We are at max consumption, about 95,000, and max production is about 103,000. So take your guesses in the comments below how much power this whole thing's gonna make. Spoiler alert, it's a lot. A lot. Let's find out. Off we go. All the reactor rods moving and grooving. Nuclear waste already made in like all of 1 second. What the heck? Dude, these things are freaking fast, brother. How we looking? We've over doubled our existing power setup now. Cool. Still going higher, all right. Oh, evening out. No, it's not. More. All right, and it's still going up, but it's more so steadying out now. So we went from 103 to 343. So about, just as things are getting started, that's 240,000 megawatts. And this is gonna continue to creep up higher as the rest of our reactors come online. My main concern is our nuclear waste, of course, though. So we are making a lot per minute. Since these guys are fully overclocked, that's 20 nuclear waste per minute per reactor. The back line here is, it's filling up a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of nuclear waste, That's something you just never really want to see. A full 780 belt of nuclear waste, pretty much. Oh boy. Oh, but that is so nice. Our little nuclear waste river is looking fantastic. Look at it go. Oh, that's fun. I'm so happy we did that. Mr. Bean likes it too, right, buddy? Of course. Who doesn't like spicy water? Oh, bud, though, I'm so scared to look into one of the storage bins back here. Oh, no, dude. So I ended up load balancing both of these lines here, so both of them are relatively equal. In fact, they are equal. Then, oh, the nuclear waste is moving and grooving over. I can't believe we're making this much per minute. Like, you run the numbers, sure, but when you see it, it's like, help. Help. Okay, dude. So into our green pit. All of the nuclear waste kind of goes in a weird pattern just throughout all this, and it ends up at this bin over here. So it'll fill up from this bin and then work its way over and then to the next row. Anyway, this is very scary to see. This is 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then we're about on 5 minutes now. Oh. Happy thoughts. Look at our power. Look at it. Was it worth it for the environments we're going to destroy with all this nuclear waste? I don't know, man. However, we might be able to solve this next time with plutonium. So remember to subscribe for that. However, though, that's gonna be all for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed and thank you for watching. But for now, have a fantastic rest of your day and bye-bye.